Hey, what's up guys? This is probably going to be the most important video that I've made today. I'm going to talk about the #1 reason why new riders crash in corners. And in all honesty, it was the reason why I crashed in a corner.
Are we passing on fucking yellow?
And then I'm going to give you a very specific technique that has helped me become a faster, smoother, safer rider in the corners, and I'm hoping it's going to do the same for you. So please stick around. I think you're going to find this video very informative and very useful. What's up guys? I want to get into this video because I think this information in this video can be beneficial for at least one person, maybe two. But it's information that I wish I would have had a better grasp on when I first started riding. If you've done any studying of accident statistics, you would know that the bulk of solo motorcyclist accidents, meaning that it's just the motorcycle and no other vehicles are involved, are accidents that take place in corners. And generally those accidents are a result of pace, going into a corner too fast. And what normally happens, especially for new riders, is your mind actually thinks, I'm going too fast for my bike. This is uncomfortable. And so you panic. And what generally happens is you do what's called target fixate. Your eyes take your motorcycle right to that spot. Target fixate. And so I want to show you a couple examples of real life individuals target fixating, and then I want to show you a couple examples of me in my last track day when I moved up to A group, which is the fastest group, and by no means was I anywhere close to being in the middle of that group. I was probably at the bottom third of that group. But what happened to me on a couple occasions was I was going faster than comfortable, and I target fixated. So I want to show you examples of that, and then I want to show you the things that I'm doing now, even when I'm driving my vehicle, my truck, that are helping me be a better rider in turns, be a safer rider in turns, and be a faster rider in turns. So let's get into it. In this first example, I want to highlight a couple things. The rider entered the turn a little bit wide, and in general, that's what you want to do. You want to enter the turn wide and then dive in towards the apex. I think what caught him off was when he was wide, he recognized that the surface looked like it was dirty. It looks like it's dirty to me, and I think that caught him off guard a little bit. I have no idea what he's actually thinking about, but when looking at this video, it looks like to me, wow, that surface is kind of dirty. And then as he got deeper into the turn, there's a curb that comes up and he was drifting right to it. And I think that's why he grabbed too much brake and his front tire washed out. It's impossible to tell what he was actually looking at or what he was actually thinking. His mind could have been a million miles away. This next clip was one I already teased. There is no doubt this guy is getting after it, and there's no doubt that target fixation caused this crash. This is a perfect example of the rider going into a turn too fast and not trusting that his bike could make the turn. I also believe that if you can perfect the technique that I'm going to provide you, it can go a very long way to help eliminating accidents like this. These next few I'm just going to run without any commentary. These next few clips are of me out at Button Willow Raceway, trying to get faster and pushing my ability, and getting myself out of my comfort zone. But if you're gonna do something like that, doing it on the track is the safest place to do it. Now on these next two clips, my camera is on my chin, so watch how I don't even look into the turn. This is later in the day, but it's another go at the same turn. Never even considered looking into the turn. Here's another attempt at the same corner. Now in this instance, I actually used my eyes and was able to save this turn. Not very well, but I still was able to save it. I'm also going slower than I was in the other two attempts. And notice how late my eyes joined the party. And finally, here's one where I actually get it right. Not sure you noticed or not, but at this point, I'm going just as fast, if not faster, than any of the other three attempts. And the difference is, in this turn, I use my eyes early and appropriately, and it allows me to make this turn properly. Okay, let's get into this simpleton drawing. Again, just to make a point, I'm not trying to claim that I'm some fantastic motorcycle rider, because I'm not. I'm not trying to claim that there's nobody faster than me in the twisties, because there's plenty. All I'm saying is that the moment I started to use my eyes and enter a corner looking for something very specific, I felt like I became safer. I felt like, well, in all honesty, I just felt more comfortable in corners. So if showing you how I look at corners can help you out, then fantastic. So this is what this simpleton drawing is all about. So obviously this is a right-hand turn, and obviously you know is as you enter a turn or you begin to get close to a turn, if you're going into the turn with any pace, you need to slow down, right? So there's a braking zone. Some point, and I'm not going to explain or try and describe how and what the best braking zone is and how hard you need to be on the brakes and how you go to your brakes, because there's better people out there that can explain it way better than me. I look at the philosophical ideas that Ken Hill is teaching, and he basically states that you want to scrub off speed to the point where you feel comfortable in a corner, and you go to your brakes gently, and then you apply brakes harder and harder, and what that does is load your front tire, and you trail brake into a turn. So using that idea, I want to explain what I'm looking for. You hear a lot of people say, look through the turn, look through the turn, look through the turn, but nobody ever tells you exactly what to look for. And the moment I started looking for one specific thing was the moment I got a lot more comfortable in turns. And that one specific thing is the point at where when I'm in the beginning of the turn and I can look from where I'm at in the turn through the apex, which is the inside edge of the turn, to an exit target that allows me to accelerate straight. I'm no longer in the turn, but when I can find that point where I can basically visualize a straight line from where I'm at in the turn through the apex to an exit target that allows my bike to drive straight, that's when I begin to accelerate. Up until that point, I'm basically scrubbing off speed either via coasting or trail braking in. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now, if I start turning in here, my visualization of my straight line basically has me, if I start turning at this red X and I visualize a straight line or a semblance of a straight line, because it's never going to be a straight line, my exit point has me basically in a danger zone. A danger zone is where if I continue to go straight, I end up running off the road. I don't want that. Same thing holds true if I start to turn in here at the blue X. If I use my visual line, my mind's eye to draw a visual straight line, I still end up in a danger zone. However, if I continue to brake, continue to brake, continue to brake, and then at some point as I begin to roll in late into a turn, and I can see a straight line, which allows me to have a straight exit target. That's what this green box is an indication of. At that point, I know that I can roll on as hard as I want right here. My bike, yes, will drift a little bit, but I have a straight exit point. If I roll on hard, if I start here with my blue line and I roll on hard here and my bike drifts, it drifts me right into a danger zone. So what I'm looking for as I enter a turn is that point where I can see with my mind's eye a straight line from where I'm at in the turn through the exit point to a straight, or excuse me, through the apex to a straight exit point. I want to be able to visualize my bike going straight. If I target fixate when I've started here, I target fixate, I crash. If I target fixate and I'm starting here and I'm looking through the turn, I'm looking through, but I target fixate, I still crash. But if I'm down here, I've come down and I've used my eyes properly and I found that mind's eye straight line and I target fixate down here, I still am able to drive out of that turn and not crash. And that's ultimately what you're looking for. That's ultimately what I'm looking for when I enter a turn. I am entering a turn looking for that one very specific point in the turn. And again, I'll say it again. It is the point in the turn where I can visualize where I'm at and see a line through the apex, a straight line through the apex that allows me to accelerate out of a turn and accelerate straight and allow me to drive out. And that's ultimately what I'm looking for. And when I started to enter all corners looking for that one thing, I just got a lot more comfortable in turns because I eliminated the guessing of what I was trying to find because I had a plan every time I was entering a turn. The plan is I scrub off speed, whether just through engine braking or through using my brakes to a point where I can visualize a straight line from where I'm at through the apex to my exit target, which is a straight line. And that's when I begin to roll on. It's not complicated, at least the way I look at it. Again, there's probably a ton of different ways of looking at it. Certainly racers do a way better job than I do at getting in and out of turns. All I'm saying is this has helped me feel a lot more comfortable in turns, and I'm hoping it will help you. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope you have an opportunity to subscribe if you haven't, and maybe use one of my Amazon links to buy something. That would be pretty fantastic. Other than that, have a blessed day, and I certainly can't wait for the next video. I'm out.